fire.
Why are they doing this?
The story kicks off in the Amazon jungle, where they're just destroying everything, cutting down all the trees. This is also wrecking the homes of the local tribal people who live there. After that, we see a girl named Justine at a university in America. She's with her roommate at the college. Then, they both head to class, where their teacher tells them about a bunch of places around the world where cruel traditions are still happening to tribal people, especially African women. This totally shocks Justine, and she gets a little scared. After class, when Justine's all by herself, a guy comes up to her and says that Alejandro told him to give her this plate and also invited her to a meeting. It turns out there's a group at the college that goes to different parts of the world to speak up for environmental conservation and protection. This group is led by Alejandro, an activist with a magnetic and powerful personality. He's always on some kind of mission. Justine is also into social work, so she goes to the meeting that Alejandro called for that evening. Alejandro tells everyone they're planning on going to the Amazon jungle to protect a local tribe there because a big multinational company is cutting down the forest to find petroleum under the ground. This is putting the tribe's life in danger. Alejandro also tells them that the company is using retired soldiers to do the work, but they have to stop the company's work no matter what, and live stream the situation to show everyone what's happening. The goal is to get the attention of the international media so people will protest the company. This will force the company to leave. Justine is really moved by this mission and decides to go with them. The rest of the group also gets on board with the plan. The next day, Justine calls her dad, who's a lawyer at the UN. She lies and tells him she's going on a trip with her friends. After this, Justine and the others get to a place where they meet Alejandro's friend, who's funding this whole trip. They all get on a private plane and take off. After landing, they take a rickshaw to a hotel where they eat and rest for a bit. Then, they get on a boat and head toward the Amazon jungle. After they get to the jungle, they all put on the same uniform and make their way to the company's site. They all chain themselves to trees and bulldozers. They also put masks on their faces. Then, they all take out their phones, start recording, and begin their protest. Their goal is clear: to live stream it so the world can see what this company is doing. Just then, a private military crew comes and tries to get them to move. But everyone has themselves chained up and locked, so the crew can't get them loose. However, Justine's lock is broken, so it's open. A military guy grabs her and threatens to kill her with a gun to her head. Seeing this, Justine gets super scared and starts crying. She begs Alejandro for help, but Alejandro and the others are just busy filming. He tells the guy, "Go ahead and kill her. Her dad's a lawyer at the United Nations. Then we'll see what happens." Hearing this, Justine is stunned. Pretty soon the group's live video goes viral. The media pressure gets so intense that the military guys let them go, and the company has to stop their work. Just then, the police show up and take the group with them. But that same friend of Justine's pays the police to get them out. After this, they get on their private plane and leave for home. They're all celebrating inside the plane. Alejandro says their video went viral, and everyone's talking about them. Everyone is super happy, but Justine feels sad because they used her to save their own lives. Suddenly, something goes wrong with the private plane's engine. The pilot loses control, and the plane goes into a crash landing. Everyone starts screaming in fear. A part of the plane breaks off, and 2 people fall out. Then, in the blink of an eye, their plane hits some trees and crashes in the dense jungle. Both pilots die in the crash. Alejandro's friend also dies, and a lot of other people are killed. A few people are seriously hurt. The survivors are crying and manage to get out of the plane, helping each other. Outside, there are dead bodies and blood everywhere. Then, the plane explodes and is completely destroyed. Justine and Alejandro are okay, and a few others also survive. They're all super scared. They have no idea what to do or where to go. Their phones have no signal. One of the survivors tries to find his GPS device so he can call for help from the outside world. Just then, they hear a weird noise coming from inside the jungle. Alejandro's girlfriend goes to check it out. Suddenly, an arrow hits her, and she falls to the ground. Alejandro frantically tries to pull the arrow out of her neck, but another arrow hits him in the head, and he dies. It turns out these are tribal people who think the group is their enemy. Scared, the rest of the survivors try to run, but the tribal people shoot them with arrows one by one, knocking them all out. One guy survives and finds his GPS, but he also gets shot with an arrow and is knocked out. The tribal people then take them on a boat to their village. These tribal people are the native inhabitants of the Amazon jungle. They have red paint all over their bodies and look really scary. The tribal people start taking Justine's group to their leader, but on the way the tribal people surround them and start pulling their hair out. This makes them all terrified, and they start begging to be let go. But the tribal people don't stop. That's when they see dead bodies hanging, and they realize this is a cannibal tribe, meaning they eat humans. Just then, a female tribal leader comes over, with yellow paint all over her body. The tribal people stop bothering them. She looks at Justine's group closely, and then speaks to the tribal people in her language. After this, she has everyone locked in a cage. Alejandro has his phone, but there's no signal. This is why everyone is totally stuck. They see that one of their friends isn't in the cage. Then, they look outside. They see the tribal people taking their friends somewhere. The female tribal leader touches his face. She gives him some kind of liquid to drink and then has him lie down on a rock and takes out his eyes. She shows the eyes to everyone. Seeing this, all the tribal people are super happy. Then a male tribal leader comes and cuts off their friend's hands, feet, and head. Seeing all this, everyone in the cage starts shaking with fear and covers their eyes. After this, the tribal women cook the body, and then the tribal people eat his meat. Seeing all this, Alejandro and his friends get really scared, and one girl starts throwing up. The kids see this and start making fun of her. At night, everyone talks amongst themselves. They're saying if they hadn't come to stop that company, they probably wouldn't be in this mess. Alejandro tells everyone that he and his friend, the one who funded the trip, only brought everyone here for the money. A rival company paid them to get the first company to leave. He made a ton of money and also got famous. Alejandro continues, saying that the second company will get to the jungle in 2 or 3 days. Everyone realizes that Alejandro is a selfish guy who tricked them all for his own benefit. He says he brought Justine along because her dad is a lawyer at the UN, and if anything goes wrong, he can save them all. Hearing all this, everyone gets super mad at Alejandro. The next day, Justine sees a girl standing in front of her. She plays her flute-like necklace for the girl, making a tune. Just then, the male tribal leader comes and brings 3 girls out of the cage and makes them stand in front of the female leader. The female leader checks to see who's a virgin by putting something in their private parts. They find out that Justine hasn't been with anyone, so they put the other 2 girls back in the cage and take Justine to a hut. The people in the cage say, "We can't just die like this. We have to do something." But the tribal guards are watching them, so they can't escape. Then a guy gets an idea. He puts a ringtone on Alejandro's phone and throws it far away. A guard hears the ringtone and goes in that direction. Just then, a girl gets out of the cage with the help of her friends and runs away. A little later, the tribal people put Justine back in the cage. There are weird paint marks on Justine's body and face. She can't remember what happened to her because she was knocked out. Then, the tribal people bring them food. One girl looks in her bowl after eating and sees a piece of someone's skin with a tattoo on it. Seeing this, she realizes the tattoo belongs to the friend who ran away. But they caught her and killed her, and they were all eating her. Knowing this, she gets sad and smashes her bowl. She then cuts her own throat with a piece of the broken bowl, killing herself. The tribal people are about to take her body to eat it, so a guy puts the weed he has in his pocket into the dead girl's mouth so that when the tribal people eat her, they'll get high. Then, the tribal people come and take the girl's body away. After this, they cook her and eat her. All the tribal people get really high. Some of them pass out, and some start getting dizzy. Seeing this chance, Justine and a guy named Daniel get out of their cage, but Alejandro punches one of his friends and knocks him out because Alejandro thinks that if he tries to escape with them, the tribal people will catch and kill him. Alejandro also thinks that when the second company comes to cut down trees, they'll save him. So he stops his friend from leaving, so the tribal people will take his friend to eat first, and he can survive for a longer time. Justine and the guy leave him behind and run away. When the guy wakes up, he sees 2 tribal people sitting next to him and laughing. He thinks they're high, so he tries to talk his way out of it, but these guys just start cutting off his hand and eating it. Seeing this, the guy tries to run, but the tribal people surround him, and since they're high, they start eating him alive. Meanwhile, Justine and the guy keep going and reach the river. They see smoke from the plane crash, which is where they're heading, but Justine accidentally falls into the river and starts getting swept away. But somehow, Justine grabs onto a rock, and the guy saves her with the help of a tree branch. Then they keep going and get to the crash site at night. They see the dead bodies of their friends hanging there. The tribe hung them. Justine hears a phone ringing from the pocket of one of her dead friends. They both go over and get it out. Just then, the tribal people come and knock them out. The next morning, when Justine wakes up, she sees that they're preparing her for some kind of ritual. The guy with her is tied to a pole, and they're hitting him hard and breaking his arms and legs. Then they put some kind of mixture on his clothes, and ants come and start biting him. He screams a lot. Then, the female leader comes to do something to Justine's private parts, according to their village's ritual. Just then, a tribal man comes and says that some people have come to cut down the trees. Hearing this, everyone grabs their weapons and goes to fight them. While this is happening, some kids keep an eye on Alejandro. The little girl that Justine played the flute for unties her rope. As soon as she's free, she runs to her friend tied to the pole, who is in so much pain from the poisonous ant bites. Justine wants to save him, but he's in so much pain that he just wants to die, and the little girl knocks him out and kills him with a knife. After this, Justine starts to leave with the little girl. Just then, Alejandro begs her for help, but Justine doesn't help him and runs away with the girl. The little girl shows Justine the way out of the jungle, and Justine gives her the flute necklace as a thank you. Just then, another little girl and her dad come to catch Justine, but the path Justine is on has a dangerous jaglion on it, which is a hybrid of a male jaguar and a female lion. Because of this, the tribal people don't chase after Justine because they think that if they go after her, the jaglion could kill them. So, they get scared and run away. Justine has no other choice but to go down that same path. Justine is lucky because the jaglion had just hunted and was resting, so it doesn't attack Justine. Justine manages to escape from there somehow. Further on, Justine sees military guys shooting and killing the tribal people. Seeing this, she raises her hands and starts yelling. She says she's American and pretends to be filming them with her phone, telling everyone to stop. She says she's a survivor and to let her go. They stop and call a helicopter to get her out of there. The pilot asks Justine if there's anyone else there. Justine lies and says no. Then, Justine gets in the helicopter and goes home. A few days later, government officials question her. Justine tells them that all of her friends died in the plane crash and that she was the only one who barely survived. She also says that she met the tribal people in the jungle and they took care of her and didn't hurt her at all. Justine lies because she thinks that if she tells them the tribal people eat humans, the government will kill them and also destroy the Amazon forest. After this, Justine gets a call from Alejandro's sister, who tells her that a satellite image showed Alejandro in the jungle, and he's still alive with black paint on his body. This means he might have become a part of the tribe himself, and with that, the movie ends. So if you were in Justine's shoes, would you have helped Alejandro or left him behind like she did? And why? Share your thoughts in the comments. Please like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon so you don't miss any upcoming videos. We'll see you in the next one.